Danielle Savoni with our first look at the weather. Soggy, rainy, snowy, even some areas under some kind of snowfall events.
Yeah, snowfall warnings. I mean, April, right? This isn't unusual for April, but of course we are below normal temperature-wise. So yes, it's typical to get some wet snow here and there through this month, but I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to some warmer temperatures. That is in the longer range forecast, but it will be unstable for the rest of today and for parts of tomorrow as well. This is an interesting system. Right now in the city, we have some raindrops falling, mainly some wet snowflakes at this point. We're sitting just at 1 degree. We are well below normal for today. Winds are pretty calm, but they should pick up over these next couple of hours. So we're looking at a windy evening up to 50-kilometer-per-hour gusts. And then we have the potential of this evening 1 to 2 centimeters of wet snow, overnight 1 to 3 centimeters of wet snow, and these flurries could carry into early tomorrow morning until about 6 o'clock. Then it should start to clear out. Small chance of late day instability and a high of 10, but there should be some sunny breaks out there for tomorrow as well. So some brightness, but also some wet weather. We'll talk more about it coming up.
Danielle, once again, all that types of precipitation, it's needed. The moisture is definitely needed.
Yeah, we need this for sure. And we need more than we're going to get here in Calgary. Outside areas will get a little bit more than us. In fact, there's snowfall warnings in place. So some communities could get, some localized areas anyway, up to 20 centimeters of snow. Again, it's that wet snow melting on contact for the most part, maybe collecting in the grass a little bit. Here's a Skywatch weather cam. And yeah, this is a gloomy beginning to the week, but I assure you it's not a sign of what the week will encompass, because we are looking at a very bright week later. We just need to get through today and parts of tomorrow. Lots of sunshine is in the forecast, and warmer temperatures as well that are much closer to normal. So normal in Calgary is 13 degrees for this time of year. We got up to 3 today, and we're already dipping down, so 1 degree right now. So yes, it's a chilly day. It's a wet day. It's a day where if you were able to work from home, well, isn't that nice? Okay, 3 degrees is the temperature in Lethbridge and Pincher Creek, 8 in Medicine Hat, 6 in Brooks and Drumheller. Okay, this is an interesting system because of the temperature profile in the atmosphere, all the different temperatures, but also what's happening with the higher elevations, the lower elevations, and the fact that we've been all over the block temperature-wise as well for today. As I advance this, really what we are looking at is Calgary is looking at the potential for some wet snow, especially through this evening, through the overnight hours, carrying up until about 6 o'clock in the morning, and then that should start to taper off, which leaves us with tomorrow morning, yes, some sunshine at times and in the early afternoon as well. But as you can see later in the day, there will be that instability. So there will be these isolated pockets of showers, snowfall for the higher elevations, and some of these may even turn into some non-severe thunderstorms as well, especially to the east of QE2, Highway 2. We may even see a little bit of that in Calgary later in the day. So yes, a bright day at times, but also a little bit of instability early in the morning. So a few flurries in Calgary early in the morning, and then maybe a shower later in the day. But also to the west of Calgary, to the south of Calgary, this is where we have the snowfall warning in place. So Calgary is not under the warning, but it really goes from Claresholm up to, as you can see here, I'll step out of the way, Claresholm up to Okotoks, over to Bright Creek, and then Cochrane area as well, over to Airdrie and up to Olds, and then up to Rocky Mountain House area. So yes, the areas in the snowfall warning could see up to 20 centimeters of snow in some localized areas. Again, a lot of that melting on contact. But here's the most likely scenario: anywhere from 3 to 6 centimeters in Calgary over the next 12 hours, 4 for Okotoks, 9 for Cochrane, 8 for Canmore, and around that for Banff as well. Okay, looking at that longer range forecast, tomorrow again, sunny breaks. We should get up to a high of 10. Then 10 as well for Wednesday, and it will be stable Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and for most of Saturday as well.
All right, brighter, warmer days ahead.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of people would say, this would be fine and a little more bearable if it was warm with showers. We don't necessarily need to have the snow in April, but here we are. There's some snow out there. It's not going to last all week. Don't worry. 1 degree is the current temperature. Today we got up to just 3, which is 10 degrees shorter than the 13 that's normal. Okay, but look at this. Double digits for the next couple of days. We have the chance of some instability early in the morning and later in the day tomorrow. But then it should remain stable Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and most of Saturday.
Thank you very much, Danielle.
It's been snowing all day. Let's check in with Danielle. It's not really sticking, though, which is good.
No, a little bit in the grass, but once again, it's not very nice out here, Tara. We're due for some sunshine and some warmer temperatures. That is in the forecast for a lot of this week. So we just have to bear through this one. And then, yeah, it'll be bright and it'll be much warmer. So we only got up to 3 degrees today. Normal is 13 for this time of year. So 10 degrees below normal, and we're already dipping for the evening. We're sitting at 1 degree. Also, in this past hour, the winds have started to pick up. So it's expected to be a little gusty over these next couple of hours. Also, a few centimeters of snow certainly possible this evening and through the overnight hours. Again, most of it melting on contact with that pavement. It may make for some slick areas out there early tomorrow morning for your commute to work. So keep that in mind. Flurries could continue until about 6 in the morning. And then there is the chance of some late day stability. But overall, a good chunk of sunshine expected for part of the day tomorrow and a high of 10. More details on that much warmer weather coming up. Dara?
Thanks, Danielle. Let's bring Danielle back in now. So it is a cold and a wet evening, but we do actually need this. I mean, it's good for the grass, it's good for fire conditions, all of that.
Exactly. We desperately need as much moisture as we can get, for sure. So we will be rewarded for this as well, because yes, we'll have greener grass on the other side of this in some spots, and we'll even have some warm and dry weather to enjoy the outdoors this week as well. So yes, let's take the moisture while we get it. Okay, so today we got up to a high of just 3 degrees in Calgary today. We're sitting at 1 right now. 13 is what's normal. So most communities about 10 degrees below normal temperatures for today. 5 in Lethbridge at the moment, 6 in Brooks and Drumheller. This is an interesting system, one, because of the temperature profile throughout the levels of the atmosphere, and also just what it's doing in higher elevations, lower elevations, and all the things going on in just Alberta. So snowfall, rain mixed with snow, in some cases some graupel, in some cases some freezing rain. We've had some thunderstorm activity further to the south as well, and we have snowfall warnings in place. So yes, a lot going on. I'm going to play this through, and as you can see, up the QE2 and just south down to Okotoks and Claresholm, and then off to the west, mainly a snow event for these next 12 to 18 hours. Now, this does die out by about 6 o'clock in the morning. We may still see a few snowflakes by that point, but overall, this will start to die out early tomorrow morning. And then we're left with a good chunk of sunshine likely for the day, but later in the day by about 4 p.m. it starts to get unstable once again, looking at pockets of snowfall to the west and east of the QE2. We're looking at getting those pockets of rain, potentially even some non-severe thunderstorms mixed in with that as well. After tomorrow, though, things get quite stable, but it's for the next 12 to 18 hours. That's where we're looking at a lot of things going on. So snowfall warning in place. Claresholm up through Nanton, High River, Okotoks included in this, Diamond Valley. And then we're looking at it over through Bragg Creek, Cochrane, over to Canmore, Airdrie, up to Olds, and then up to Rocky Mountain House. Now, these areas could see up to 20 centimeters of snow before it's said and done. So now in through early tomorrow morning. But I'm going to give you an idea of what you can expect for your area. Most likely scenario, about 6 centimeters is possible in Calgary. Again, a lot of this melting on the pavement as it falls, but it could be a little slick out there in some spots for tomorrow. So yes, we are looking at some snowfall overnight tonight especially, but then tomorrow 10 degrees, 10 as well for Wednesday, and then we're into the teens by Thursday and Friday. And Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and most of Saturday looks pretty stable as well. Tara?
Thank you, Danielle.
The Right, CTV News, Toronto.
It would be very calming just to sit and watch. Yeah.
Not
A
riveting.
cheap show, though, wouldn't cost you anything, really.
True.
I mean,
That's
set up
true.
the camera and
Couple candles.
the moose do their thing.
It's not riveting, but calming is.
It's riveting to some. All right, well, there's a reason why you're supposed to wear your seatbelt on an airplane. It keeps you in place, at least, while there's turbulence. Your food, not so much. This family's mid-flight lunch turned into an airborne mess. The turbulence struck their Florida-bound jet last week, and they ended up wearing their Chick-fil-A.
But they're good.
But they're fine. It could have been worse. It could have been them hitting the ceiling instead of just their
Definitely.
lunch flying.
Yeah.
Just lost
Oh, boy.
chicken sandwich.
Well, if you have a dream to scale Mount Everest someday, it might be getting a little easier to do so. Okay, the drone's not going to carry you, but it is taking some of the load off the Sherpas and the climbers. The high-tech flying drones can not only carry heavy loads of medical equipment or supplies, the oxygen tanks, they could bring the food. They can also be used to map and navigate and do search and rescue. From base camp to Camp 1 takes an experienced Sherpa 7 hours, but it only takes a drone 7 minutes, which, if something happened, could be life-saving. The downside is they cost about $70,000 for a single drone.
Whoa,
so
it's brilliant, but expensive,
but
right?
clever, right?
Yeah,
I mean, if you needed to get up or down, or medicine up or down quickly, great idea.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Well, finally, you don't often see a stick insect. That's the point. They blend into the vegetation, but this guy seems like he wants to be seen. I didn't think a stick insect would dance. I don't know about you guys, but he seems to really be into this. I don't know. Look at him go.
Okay.
Just happens to like Devo, I guess.
Yeah, he's got the moves. He's not afraid to show it. He's getting right in there.
They're probably not used to hearing that kind of music, so he's enjoying every second.
Always one in the crowd, isn't there?
Well, we'll return to our top story next.
And kind of, I don't know, a bit of an excuse to be a little lazy, watch a show rather than go out and run around. Yes, it's cool. We're on average about 10 degrees below normal for most communities in southern Alberta, and it's wet. Now, we do need this moisture, and a bit tricky to get the moisture in the form of wet snow, because by this point, a lot of everybody's mindset is, hey, it's time for spring and rain. 1 degree is that current temperature. 3 was our little D time high. Normal is 13. So yes, in Calgary, 10 degrees below normal. And as you saw by that live shot there, it's a gloomy day today. Okay, so there's our high of 3 today. When you compare us to the other provinces, we had warmer weather in the north. Edmonton got to 8. Fort McMurray got to 11 today. And our 3 is still cooler than St. John's. We're one of the coolest places on the map, and certainly the coolest across the provinces. We will change that, though. A lot of warmth in our longer range forecast. It's 5 right now in Lethbridge, 7 in Medicine Hat, 1 in Banff. Snowfall warning in place from Claresholm up through Okotoks. Calgary is not under this, but Claresholm up to Okotoks, over to Banff, or over to Canmore, up to Airdrie, and then Olds. So 10 to 20 centimeters is possible by the time this is all said and done. Drier in Kelowna, 16 degrees, mainly sunny, and this thing mainly clears out for tomorrow for the most part. 13 mainly cloudy in Edmonton. 10 for Calgary with some sunshine, some cloudy periods, but we have the chance of a few flurries early in the morning and a couple sprinkles later in the day. 9 for Lethbridge, 7 for Medicine Hat, mainly dry for the most part. That 10-day trend, look at that, showing you much warmer temperatures ahead. Double digits by tomorrow, and then teens by Thursday, Tara.
Thank you, Danielle. Try to imagine for a sec how loud that gymnasium was.
Oh,
those kids.
Can you imagine all those courts
Whistles,
there?
yeah. That's awesome. That's really fun. Well, it seems kind of like the worst is over for this week.
Yeah, we started it off on the gloomy side, of course, but today was gloomy. Tomorrow will be unstable potentially at times, so flurries possible up until about 6 a.m. in Calgary. Then we'll see some sunshine, and late in the day we could get a little sprinkle, but double digits for tomorrow, for Wednesday, and then teens for Thursday and Friday, high teens for Saturday. And we should be pretty stable up until a late day Saturday. So very nice weather in our work week forecast. Weather window brought to you by Luxa Windows and Doors, crafting quality windows and doors for your style, budget, and Alberta's climate. This sums up the day. This is from Diane Bach, taken just north of Lethbridge.
Dark and stormy. Thanks for your company tonight. Have a great evening. We'll see you again tomorrow.